A pair of B-1B Lancer bombers on a long-range training flight to Europe practiced how it would use LRASM, or long-range anti-ship missile, to target and destroy enemy ships. In a press release, U.S. Air Forces in Europe said that the B-1Bs from the 28th Bomb Wing at Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota carried out training with LRASM during the Bomber Task Force mission to the Black Sea region. Lieutenant Colonel Timothy, a Bomber Task Force planner at the 603rd Air Operations Center at Ramstein Air Base in Germany, said in a release, LRASM plays a critical role in ensuring U.S. naval access to operate in both open ocean and littoral environments due to its enhanced ability to discriminate between targets from long range. He added, with the increase of maritime threats and their improvement of anti-access area denial environmental weapons, this stealthy anti-ship cruise missile provides reduced risk to strike assets by penetrating and defeating sophisticated enemy air defense systems. U.S. Air Forces in Europe stated that this training is especially important to prepare B-1 crews to counter new and emerging threats and to be ready for a conflict against a major power, as outlined in the Pentagon's National Defense Strategy. It clearly indicated that Russia was the target. The Lancers were also trained with, at various times, Su-27 flankers and MiG-29 Fulcrums from Ukraine's Air Force, 3 MiG-21s and an F-16 from Romania, and F-16s and MiG-29s from Poland. They were also refueled by Turkish KC-135s. It was the first time B-1s flew alongside the Ukrainian and Turkish aircraft. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how U.S. plans to counter the Russian Black Sea Fleet with B-1B armed with LRASM. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. If you are, like us, fascinated by military vehicles and technology, I recommend you give War Thunder a try. It's a military vehicle combat game which you can download and play for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. It has a huge variety of more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s, which you can take to battle on land, in the air, and at sea on more than 80 theaters of war. War Thunder's been kind enough to offer all Defense Updates viewers a special bonus, which will grant you a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account time for registering using our link in the description below. So take the plunge and join more than 20 million players from around the world. The Black Sea Fleet is the fleet of the Russian Navy in the Black Sea, the Sea of Azov, and the Mediterranean Sea. The fleet traces its history to its founding by Prince Potemkin on May 13, 1783. The Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic inherited the fleet in 1918, and with the foundation of the Soviet Union in 1922, it became part of the Soviet Navy. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, the Russian Federation inherited the Black Sea Fleet and most of its vessels. The Black Sea Fleet has its official primary headquarters and facilities at Sevastopol Naval Base in the city of Sevastopol. The remainder of the fleet's facilities is based in various locations on the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov, including Krasnodar Krai, Rostov Oblast, and Crimea. The Russian Black Sea Fleet is a formidable force. It contains warships, submarines, missile boats, anti-submarine vessels, minesweepers. The area is also peppered with air defense systems that cover almost the whole of the Black Sea. The shore-based force, in particular, is the key to Russian military superiority in the region. The availability of Crimea has allowed Russia to deploy long-range, land-based anti-air and anti-ship systems, such as the S-400 Triumph surface-to-air missile and Bastion P coastal defense cruise missile system. All in all, it can be said that taking on the Russian Black Sea force comes with multiple challenges. B-1 Lancer essentially has two variants. The B-1A was originally designed during the 1970s as a high-altitude Mach 2.0 capable nuclear bomber. However, President Jimmy Carter canceled the program on June 30, 1977, in favor of air-launched cruise missiles carried on board the B-52 intercontinental ballistic missiles and what eventually became the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. This was done after it became apparent that penetrating Soviet airspace at high altitudes in a conventional non-stealthy aircraft was likely a suicidal endeavor. President Ronald Reagan eventually revived the Lancer program on October 2, 1981. However, the new B-1B was optimized for low-level penetration. Additionally, the aircraft was modified with new engine air intakes and other upgrades to reduce its radar cross-section. The resultant B-1B aircraft no longer possessed Mach 2 capability, topping out at roughly Mach 1.25, but had much better survivability because of the stealthier profile. The B-1B is powered by 4 General Electric F-101 GE-102 afterburning turbofan engines. Each of these can generate 17,390 pound force, 77.4 kilonewtons thrust when operating normally, and 30,780 pound force, 136.9 kilonewtons with afterburner. These enable B-1B to have an excellent range of 5,900 miles or 9,400 kilometers and a service ceiling of 60,000 feet. The engine performance makes B-1B capable of hauling a lot of weapons. B-1B has a massive payload of 125,000 pounds, 56,700 kilograms, internal and external ordnance combined. It has 8 external hardpoints for 50,000 pounds, 23,000 kilograms of ordnance, and 3 internal bomb bays for 75,000 pounds, 34,000 kilograms of ordnance. Depending on mission, B-1B can carry a variety of ammunitions like Mark 84 general-purpose bombs, CBU 87-89, CBU 97 cluster bomb units, GBU 38 JDAM, AGM 158 Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile JASSM, to name a few. The AGM-158 Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile is a stealthy and highly precise surface-skimming cruise missile with a range of 230 miles or 370 kilometers. Viewers may note that it was used in combat when 2 B-1B bombers launched 19 of these stealth missiles at a Syrian research center in Barza. Lockheed Martin worked on the missile further, and AGM-158C is developed, which is an anti-ship variant and is named LRASM by the U.S. Navy. The missile is subsonic, but since it's LO, low observable, the enemy warship will not see it coming till it's very close. This strategy is a stark contrast to Russian and Chinese missiles, which depend on speed to defeat the ship's defense. It's powered by an F-107 turbofan engine and has 1,000 pounds or 450 kilogram blast fragmentation penetrator. The warhead is potent enough to cripple a large warship. LRASM costs about $3 million apiece, which makes it twice as costly as Harpoon missiles. U.S. Navy plans to acquire 467 LRASMs with an initial order of 23. The missile uses inertial and jam-resistant GPS navigation system for the initial phase of the journey. A two-way data link is present for mid-course guidance and radio frequency, and infrared sensor is activated in the terminal phase. LRASM also deploys electronic countermeasures (ECCM) to overcome the enemy's countermeasures. The missile can be deployed in swarm mode, which will enable it to saturate enemy defenses. Russian Black Sea Fleet is a well-structured force and packs a punch. Russia added new advanced surface combatants and submarines to the fleet after its successful Crimea campaign. The Black Sea Fleet played a significant part in Russia's successful intervention to prop up the Assad regime in Syria. It's currently the dominant maritime force in the region. This fleet possesses enough assets that can enable it to project power far beyond its home base. This potential danger has prompted the U.S. military to conduct this exercise, and it's clear that this was well thought out. U.S. Air Force has about 100 B1Bs, and in conflict, these can fly from different areas to converge on the Russian Black Sea Fleet. LRASM's range will enable these bombers to launch it from far off and overwhelm the surface combatants.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.